Hey there, welcome back guys. In this video we're going to show you how to launch and land the Avata on a landing pad. A lot of times folks like to use the landing pad, and I like it. In the beginning I loved it, but as time goes by, sometimes it's great to take off on, but the weather can change, and then the wind will somewhat blow it away, right? It'll just blow away. And you're like, wait, how do I land my drone? Where is it? Unless you have a really good one with the weights around it, a little bit bigger. But if you have a smaller drone like the Avata, it's hard to carry that big thing around. But anyway, without any further ado, let's get started. We'll get you covered on how to hand launch the Avata drone so that you too can have a similar experience, if not better. So we have our Avata. Make sure you launch the AirAware app so that you know that you're good to go. And of course the goggles, if you wear goggles, if you wear glasses, just fix your glasses accordingly. You probably want to put them in the bag so they don't get blown away or in your pocket. But I'm just going to show you a little trick. So some of you had asked, right, do we turn it off, do we turn it on, etc. So basically what you're going to do is, right, it's just hold it like that. See how my hand is here? Right? In between there. Never in the props. Always in between. You just got to grab it. And then what you're going to do is to start it, right? You will double tap. Well, actually, it helps if you have the... Oh, wow, that's pretty fast. Wow, compared to the remote controller too. All right, so anyway. Double tap to start the propellers. See? And now you're going to hold it until the drone thrusts up, okay? And when you let go, see? Voila. And you see, watch the pad. The landing pad is sort of just going away. Let me just do this really quick. It doesn't handle well in the wind, to be honest with you. It's kind of blowing away, blowing. So there, I'm going to move it. Wow, that's pretty windy. I'm going to move it more to here, in front of the camera, so that we can get some recording motion, and then bring it in a little bit. That should be good enough. All right, so there's the drone. I just need to do this really quick. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's so I can sync it later. And that's how you launch it. Okay. Now to land it, ideally you'd be like, oh, just land it on the landing pad. So as I was saying. There's your train. I hope you don't miss it. If you have a landing pad with weights on it, you'll probably be pretty good. But sometimes it'll just blow away. But this time it didn't. But it depends on the wind, right? We'll just wait for that train to pass. All right. So knowing that, moving forward, you could land it from the pad, but half the time it gets blown away. So to launch it, if the area is soft and beautiful and flat, and whatever, no grass, you just double tap, right? And then hold it again, hold that orange button, and let it go up. Make sure your area is clear above, because sometimes it will ascend. And we'll turn it around, and then we'll land it again. See if we can land it on the landing pad. Nice, right? Now, you don't always have to have a landing pad, right? So, let's say you're like, you know what? I forgot my pad. Now I can't fly my drone. What am I gonna do? No, it doesn't work that way. You're on the surface. You just have to make sure that there's no debris. Like, for example, this little thing can get blown up in there, and then you probably wind up changing the props. So we always want to make sure this is inside your hand, so that you can just freely fly with the motion controller. So on that note, and this thing's really nice because it just folds up like that, and it can fit right in your bag, kind of like one of those tents. And when you're ready to fly, you'd be like, kind of neat, huh? You like that? And then you just put it like that. But again, it doesn't always have to. We'll just take it off from there, and then you take it off from the ground. So we'll just do it from there. Pretend like, oh no, I forgot my launch pad. It's okay, we got you covered. See? Then you just double tap it. And remember, make sure there's no debris that'll get caught up and tangled in there. And then we just hold it. It'll go up. and then voila. Now to land it, you can either borrow someone's landing pad, right? See, it's hard to put it down in the wind, or I'm going to bring it in again, right, so that you guys can see. Just bring it in to the front of the camera. Bring it in so you can bring it. Oh wow, it's like blowing. I would bring it right about there, and then right. So you're going to take it. There was one idea that one of the viewers had asked, do I just hold it and shut it off? Let's try that, because I don't know. So I'm going to put my fingers there. Oh yeah. Oh, that's not a bad idea. So you don't always have to flip it. Good question you asked her, because I didn't know, and now we know the answer to that. So you just hold it and don't flip it. You don't, so that's not a bad idea. I like that. Let's try that one more time. We're going to launch the drone. Okay? And make sure your fingers are clear. Don't put your fingers in the blender. Hold the orange button down until the drone takes off. And then we will hold it, right? Put your hand there. And then hold the orange button. But you gotta hold it, because if you do let go, you're gonna drop your drone. I kinda like the other way a little bit better. So we just double tap it, let go. Because the other way, it sort of feels like it's slipping, and if you don't have a strong enough grip, you're done. But it's still not bad. And if you're lefty righty, you use your best hand forward, and then just like that. 1, 2, 3. Not bad. Let's take it for a spin and see if you get any errors. All right, it's gonna take off, fly around, check for weeds, and maybe go over here. This is a good place to sit. I like to sit and do it, because sometimes I get dizzy like my other daughter. Oh, and of course, I gotta put the goggles on. Nice. And voila. All right. Pretty good. 2 feet off the ground, somewhat. I doubt that was 2 feet. So you really have to use your judgment when flying these things, because sometimes it'll say 3 feet when you're 1 foot off the ground. Sometimes it'll say 1 foot when you're 2 or 3 feet off. So you really, I don't trust it, to be honest with you. Now we're just gonna go up and over. And just go around. I like to sit. You might want to try sitting down. Sometimes if you can just sit down on the ground, on the grass, and use your other hand to hold the remote controller, right? 3 or 2, whichever one you're using. It just works well, and not bad. Nope, I don't see any weeds. Actually, if there are weeds, I just tend to roll over it with the lawnmower. We don't weed. If it's green, let it be. Just let it get high enough to mow over. And then, whoa, I forgot the camera is there. And then go faster. Around there. And go, whoa. Yeah, the lighting, it's trickier flying it when as the sun sets, because you don't get the kind of light that you do as you would during the day. I got one more loop. And do over the house and then around and over. Not bad. And then we'll see if we can land it. Some of my favorite spots. Sweet. And last loop. And we go over, and voila. Just watch. Make sure we're going over. Nice. Pretty good. Trains coming. There goes the field, 55, 60. Distance is pretty good. We'll just turn around right about here. high wind velocities. It's hit or miss with the reception, unfortunately. Sometimes you get, sometimes you don't. Oh, no wonder why. If I wanted to get more reception, I would have to point the remote controller in the direction of the drone. But yeah, forgot all about that. For those of you who didn't see my last video, I just forgot. So I'll show you guys. So you see how I'm sitting? So what you want to do is, right, we're going to spin around, get some momentum going so that we can get clear for takeoff and go over again. But when I go over, you want to keep the drone, not the drone, the remote controller facing the way. Whoa, that was pretty close. All right, in the direction of the, there. So now the signal should hold a little bit stronger at a longer distance and not, see we're still at 60, whereas before it dropped to like 20. And I'm pretty sure if I went on the roof, we could still get more. We could probably get more. See that? See? We're still at 50. Go up a little bit higher. See? Kind of neat. And if we scroll down, we made it over the park. Let's just turn back. Pretty good. And that's without the FCC. High wind velocity doesn't handle well in the wind, so I cautious you on that. But it's still, the camera is phenomenal and amazing on here. So this is probably the kind of drone you want to have on your warmer days. But see how it's like tilting, which is a little bit weird. I hear it. And there we go. We're going to zoom in right here. And then a little bit slower though. Remember, this is normal mode. At sport, it goes about 35 miles an hour. I'm not used to that much speed on the property, especially with the kids around. You can't really. In the field, definitely. But if I'm up in the air, for sure. And now we're just going to bring it in for a soft landing. Somewhat soft, because it's going to be dead by hand. All right, and that's it. That pretty much sums up, the motion controller experience. And let's bring it in. Voila. All right. Here we go. I was like, wait, where's the drone? It's right there. And then, voila, we have it here. We're gonna bring it over. Voila. Kind of neat, huh? Yeah, and that's it. That is how you self-launch and hand land the DJI Avata 2. So now you know how to propel and take off and land it. Anyway, if this video helped you, I'm glad. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.